It's better, it's the sun. I'm trying to get the sun. That's what happens when you're near a window. We'll do it like this. I can like look at you and at the same time. Hopefully you can see me. The hat's bent today, look at that. Look at this. Bent somehow. I really need a new hat. Especially for summer. I need like a new cap. I do actually have a black one at home, but I'm not too sure of the fabric. You know. Morning, lass. Hey, PC Ice Cold. What a nice name. Retired PC Ice Cold. Having a quick Coke. And I'm having some breakfast quickly. It's a really quick, like half-hour stream. I've got an appointment at 9 o'clock, so we've got like 20 minutes, and then I've got a walk to the doctor's, and I've got a doctor's appointment this morning. We're having counselling at 9 a.m. What a great start to the day. Get up really early and have some counselling. And then I have the rest of the day free. Quick brekkie to start the day. Yeah, I mean, if it weren't for my counselling appointment, I probably wouldn't be up, if I'm honest. I've got quite bad insomnia, so I've only had like 4 hours sleep, so I'd be at home right now, asleep or not. But quick brekkie, perk myself up a little bit so that I can do my counselling like half awake. And that's for anywhere between 45 minutes and an hour. And there's a lot to go through today. Ooh. Yes. As you all knew, retired PC Ice Cold. Just to let you know, I suffer from mild depression and stress-related work issues. I had counselling years ago and it helped me. Well, that's a good thing. I've had 4 counselling sessions so far. One of them was missed because of illness from the counsellor themselves. So I have gone 4 weeks now without counselling, and I'm finding it a little difficult, but we're going to work that out today. But it used to be work-related stress, and then things have transpired, and it has turned on to mild depression. We've all been depressed, love, onwards and upwards. Well, thank you, PC Ice Cold. Give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. I gotta go now, but I'll catch you up with again. Oh yeah, consider subscribing. And come and hang out sometime. Have a great session and a good day. Oh, thank you, Ice Cold. Come back sometime and we can have a proper chat. Thank you. No worries. You subscribed. Well, thank you. Maybe we can have a mental health catch-up at some point, and you can tell me about how your counselling went. You don't have to give details or anything. I'm just waiting for my poached egg on toast. But thank you for at least popping by. I've got like 25 minutes. But thank you. It's not a bad day today. I mean, it could be better. It's a bit grey. Now, after the counselling, I have absolutely no plans at all. I've got nothing planned. I got a whole day and nothing. Don't really know what to do. I mean, maybe I could go out, and then I thought, nah, I'll just go back home and sleep. I don't know. Haven't really got that far. I haven't really got that far, if I'm honest, to like the thought process. I'd got as far as breakfast and counselling, and then that was kind of it. That's when my brain kind of stopped. You have to excuse the change in light because I am behind a window, but I'm trying to protect it with my head as much as possible. Thank you. Perfect. Thank you. We are at the Swap and Cap, as per usual, and we have my poached egg on toast, which is lovely. Let's put my drink over there. Let's have a look at these eggies. Oh, look at that pop. Oh, yes. We have proper poached eggies. They have popped really nicely. Nothing like poached eggs in the moment. What's your favourite type of egg? I mean, I'm partial to a fried egg sandwich, but today felt like a poached egg on toast day. So, look at that. Nice poached egg. Break all the egg up so it can soak into the bread. What's your favourite breakfast? I mean, I'm partial to quite a few things for breakfast. I like waffles, pancakes. I'm partial to be fair, I don't think there's a breakfast I don't like. I do like waffles and pancakes though. If I could have that for breakfast, I probably would. Nothing like a fry-up. In the winter, nice steaming hot porridge or some Weetabix. Always good. But let me know what yours is. You always get really nice portions in it. Everyone's really friendly. It's really good. Come here a lot. So we'll eat breakfast and then we shall head to counselling. So obviously you'll disappear at that point. And I guess I'll stream later. I don't know. Haven't worked that far. I don't generally like rush a breakfast, but this morning I just feel really tired, and I thought if I have a bit of breakfast it might perk me up a bit, because counselling can be really hard on you, and you know, you want to be a bit more like awake. So, you know, I thought I'd have a breakfast beforehand, because it can be quite a lot to have counselling first thing in the morning. It's not my preferable time of day to have counselling, if I'm honest. I'd kind of rather have it like mid-morning, but you can't help when your appointment is. So, plans for the rest of the day. I currently don't know. And to be fair, I don't usually stream this early. I don't usually have many appointments at 9 a.m, if I'm honest. I've got another appointment tomorrow because I'm glutton for punishment. And then I've got another appointment on Wednesday as well. It's appointment week, basically. So today's counselling, tomorrow is work mediator, and then Wednesday I've got a appointment in the afternoon, thank God, after 2 earlies. I'll be able to have a lie-in on Wednesday at least. And then after that, I've currently got no appointments until possibly next week or the week after. Which I've had a pretty full calendar recently with appointments. A bit overloaded, if I'm honest. But you can't get things sorted if you don't have appointments, so especially it takes quite a lot out of me, and I get really tired really easily, which is why this morning before counselling I'm trying to have breakfast and like perk myself up, because my eyes just want to close. They're like half open. I'm like so tired on the inside. And the problem with counselling is counselling can be quite draining on you. It takes a lot out of me. Don't get me wrong, it's helping. I just wish my appointment wasn't so early. Because obviously suffering with insomnia, I've had little to no sleep, if I'm honest. I think I had 3 hours last night, maybe 4 if I'm lucky. Really getting to me not sleeping. Alright, proper getting to me. But what are you gonna do, huh? I think it was my sister. I think I told you guys that she recommended like a natural sleeping agent that she's used herself, and she suggested it to me. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm going to speak to my counsellor today. I've also got to book a blood test as well, so that's going to be fun. I think I've got to book a blood test for 2 weeks time, I think now. I had to have had 8 weeks of the 20,000 units of vitamin D to see whether it's worked. If it hasn't worked, I don't know what the other port of call is, because there's no other way to get vitamin D in my body in such a big dose, unless you're going to do like can you do a vitamin D intravenous drip or something, like force it into my system? I don't know. But I keep getting pains where my liver is. Oh, it's Nico. Sorry, I've got a text coming through. See, look, I can't even have breakfast. Can't even have breakfast without people wanting my attention. He'll have to wait. I've got too much on this morning to be messaging people. I like to keep a fresh head before I go counselling and like keep it on me. I know it's selfish, isn't it? But I like to be selfish once in a while. That's alright, we've got the doctor's 5 minutes from here. As long as I leave in about 15 minutes, we'll be fine. At least he hasn't cancelled today, well, that'd be pretty annoying. Today's one has gone ahead because it was last fortnight's one that really got to me, because I'd had some really bad news, and then I was hoping to talk about it in counselling, and then obviously my counselling session was cancelled that morning, and it was meant to have been that afternoon, and it's been a little bit hard the last 2 weeks without the counselling because I was so used to having it. And then when you miss a week, you kind of feel a bit off. So we're going to discuss today how my work's closing and how I'm losing my job. So that should go well. Yeah, for any of you that don't know, where I work, the store's closing. They couldn't afford the upkeep on the rent, and the store wasn't making enough, so they're closing it as of May. The last official trading day is May the 10th, and unfortunately the store will close. I'm not taking a transfer. I'm taking redundancy instead, because I want to do something different now. Not different. I still want to do retail, but I kind of want to do a different retail because I'm kind of bored of doing the same thing. Like, I need like a fresh challenge. Because at this point, I'm qualified to deputy manage, and I think I could probably manage or deputy manage somewhere now that I've learned enough. Maybe like a bit higher up in the ranks than what I am, because I was already half managing the store where I was. As you well know, I was opening and closing and managing the stores on different days. What I'd love to do is deputy manage like full time, but maybe change the retail I'm in, because retail's a big sector. There's plenty of different retails. You don't have to specifically stay in the same sector. You've got so much variety, which is what I'm hoping for, because I wasn't bored of my job. Good morning, Subhuman. We're having breakfast before my counselling, which is at 9, so I've got a little time. So I'm just having some poached egg on toast and having a quick brekkie before I have to go to counselling. So I was just saying, Subhuman, that my store is closing and that I am technically being made redundant. I could transfer, but I just don't want to. I don't really want to stay in the company, if I'm honest. I want something new and maybe a bit more challenging. So you're going to be out of work. I'm going to be out of work for the moment. Technically, I am currently off sick anyway, so I'm technically off work anyway, whether I take redundancy or not, because I'm already signed off sick. So taking the redundancy doesn't really make a difference to me because I'm already off work. So, and the matter of the fact is that the transfer I would get, I couldn't get the overtime I wanted or the control I wanted as I had at my old store. And to be fair, I've been in that place for nearly 3 years now, so I want something a bit more challenging. I want something to push me a bit more. because I think I went as far as I could go in that job. And it's not a bad thing. Change is not a bad thing. Change can be good. Find something else that pushes me a bit more. Can always be a better thing. But currently, I am still signed off sick for the foreseeable time.
Oh yeah, I know the one you mean, yeah.
Sorry, that was work. Would you like to work at a pub? I've actually worked at a pub before. I've worked at a pub. I've worked at a restaurant. Pardon me. I worked at the Green Dragon in Wyndham many, many moons ago. I worked at the Princess restaurant in Great Yarmouth on the Regent Street down there. I worked for the hamper people, packing Christmas hampers. I've done quite a lot of different work. I wouldn't mind doing something different. At this point, I'm just not sure what though.
But there'll be people doing gambling and stuff. Oh, there will be
I would like to think you would be great as bartending or waitressing. Yeah, I did. Like I said, I did waitressing. I've done bartending. I've done quite a lot of stuff, to be honest. And to be fair, I was pretty good at all of it. I've got like 5 minutes, and then I've got to leave to get to the doctor's in time. Wouldn't want to be late. But yeah, like I said, I've done bartending, done waitressing. I used to work at a hamper company. I used to pack Christmas hampers for a living. Yeah. Once you've seen a Christmas pudding for 6 months of the year, you kind of go crazy. I did charity shop work, and then I've done retail for... Jesus, how long have I done retail for? I did retail since I was 16, so what are we looking at? 20 plus years, at least 20 plus years of retail now, which is why I'm so good at it. I'm a stickler for the retail sector, apparently, which I can't get out of because theoretically I'm just too trained for retail and too good at it that it's easy to stay in a job that you're actually good at. I'd hope you could do a follow-up video about your doctor's visit. Yeah, I can do another mental health update. Probably tomorrow. I'll probably see the doctor today, mull it over, and then do an update tomorrow if you like, Subhuman. I can fit a video in tomorrow and do an update and everything. Oh, and Eli lets it slip out that somebody else has challenged his GNA name. Oh, really? That's why he was having trouble getting his paperwork and trademark. Ooh. See, I don't think you can theoretically, he ever owned it. That's what I think. I don't think he ever owned it, personally. I think that's the reason he didn't get the copyright trademark previously. But I could be wrong. I think that's why when he tried to do it last time for the trademark, it failed. Because I think he was trying to do it, and I think the reason it failed is because somebody else owned it. The question you have to ask is if he didn't have a license for the company, how does he know that he even owns the company? Because what if he didn't own the trademark? Apparently whoever challenged the GNA had a similar name, but it was a different type of business. I think that's what I heard. Yeah, I think J-Rom had the same thing when he tried to copyright the... When he tried to copyright the LLC for Get a Grip. J-Rom had problems with that because of it being the Get a Grip. Something was owned by another fitness company or something, and J-Rom had like problems trying to get that, but it was sorted, and he still owned it. But I still don't get how you can say that you ran a successful entrepreneur business for 15 years, but you didn't know you needed a license. Come on. Isn't that stuff you would check? If you knew you needed certain things, wouldn't you check you knew you needed a license? Because technically, looking at California law, if you run a business without a license, it's a $5,000 fine every year that you were in business. Just saying. Or you can actually get prison time. Because it is theoretically breaking the law. And you think someone who was a successful entrepreneur would have checked that, right? But we have to go to the doctor's, so you can walk with me. Because God forbid I was late for my appointment. Let's go. Oh, come on. Yeah. Alright, appointment time. So, we got like 8 minutes to get there, plenty of time. Or give or take 8 minutes, maybe 10. Yeah, we are gonna walk to the doctor's. Yeah, I don't know why he wouldn't know about that. That's why I can't figure out what he's talking about. He said he didn't need a license to run a YouTube business. He can be confusing. No. Okay. Here's the logistics. You don't actually need a license to run a YouTube business. You don't. What you do need to do is have a license to run a business in his state. No. So you don't technically, if you're running a YouTube business, depending on what state you're in and depending on what country you're in, depends on your license. You don't necessarily need a license per se. It depends on your business and the state you live in. Obviously, he lives in California, and California states that you need to have a business license, even if you're a small holding or a sole proprietor. So, and these are kind of the logistics that you would check before even running a business. Like, if he knew he needed to be in commerce, he knew he needed an EON, whatever it is, number, you think he would know. But he claims he didn't know he needed it, and I find that really hard to believe. Because if he knew he had to file taxes, what would you be filing your taxes under? Think about it. If you file your taxes for a business, you'd have to declare that you're a business. Now, how would you declare you were a business? Well, because you'd have a license, right? No one just declares taxes willy-nilly. You declare your taxes under a business, because it would be the taxes from the business that you'd be paying for. So to say, oh, I didn't know I needed a license, what were you filing taxes under? If you were filing it under the Genuine Networking Association business, then if you claim you have a business and you were filing taxes, you would know you need a license. Even tax people would tell you you need a license to run this business that you're paying taxes on. So, I don't know, Subhuman. Some people just think they're like above the rules, and he's not above the rules. And the thing is, technically right now, if they so choose, he's been running an illegal business for, he claims, 12 years. Now, if you look at Californian law, it's a £5,000 fine, I believe, either for each year or as a whole. Plus, you can actually get time in prison, because you're technically running a business illegally. And because he wasn't registered as a business, his taxes are probably wrong, and he probably owes taxes on the earnings that he received, because they weren't taxing him as a business at that point, because he didn't have a license. For example, if I had a license called Eli Mellis and then he created a company called G&A, he may have had to file a Doing Business Act. Yeah. Well, the reason I think I'd be confused is because he was saying he didn't know he needed to file it. In other words, he may have had a business license in another name. No, I don't think he did. I generally think he didn't know. But to be that stupid, and then to try and file against Tammy, claiming that he said repeatedly on a live stream for 6 months he had a license, and then when Tammy managed to get the license in the GNA name, which he claimed 2 people couldn't own the same license for the same sort of business, he couldn't defend himself, because at that point she owned it and had the license and he couldn't have, because he said repeatedly you cannot have 2 licenses with the same name doing the same business. He fucked himself because of the same name. He ended up stepping on his own toes. He stepped on his own toes by claiming to have a license for a business he didn't have. And then to top it off, not only did he not have the license for the business, he lied about having it, and then
trying to argue and say, no, I've got a license, and he couldn't have because Tammy already had it. And like he said, two businesses cannot use the same name for the same type of business, so he couldn't have a license for it. And that was like 6 months worth of arguing that he had the license for the business with the same name as Tammy, and he couldn't have, because you can't have two. Businesses can't have the same, they have to be slightly different. So you got the Genuine Network and Association, and then you could have the Genuine Network and Alliance. You could have it like that, but you couldn't have the same name. So it was quite a fight for 6 months, claiming the same license had the same name when he couldn't have. So yeah, everyone's different, subhuman, you know. Some people like to tell the truth, some people like to lie, but some people get caught out eventually. It's what happens. So I've got to go because I've got an appointment, but I will come back at some point today, and we'll have another chat, subhuman. But I've got 5 minutes till my appointment, so I'm going to love you and leave you. We'll have another chat about Eli later because he's such a dumb shit. Such a dumb shit. But I've got to go. I love you and leave you, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care and thanks for watching. Bye, guys.